and I'll be your tutor for today. Now, in our previous lecture, we ended with the supply function, but today we are going to use figures. We are going to fill it, right? You're going to use figures in order to do some further computations. I hope it makes sense. It's not difficult, but I need your attention here, because if you're able to understand this concept, the rest of them are going to be so simple for you. I hope it makes sense. Nice one. Now we are saying that the functions below are the supply function for two firms on central markets. So we have quantity supply equal to 10 plus 0.8p, and quantity supply for another commodity or another supplier is negative 20 plus 0.2p. Represent the data on a curve. I hope it makes sense. Now, before you be able to solve this one, we have to first calculate for the market supply. I hope it makes sense. Yes, because we are not going to plot them individually. No, we are going to put them together because it is on one market, central market. So we are going to find the supply function for the market. I hope it makes sense. The supply function for the market. So we are not going to do them individually. So the first thing to be done is to calculate for your market supply. I hope it makes sense. So solution. We need our market supply. So we have quantity supply 1, which is 10 plus 0.8p. Right? And then we have quantity supply here, negative 20, 0.2p. So market supply is going to give us this, and this one give us negative 10. Plus here is going to give us 1p, which is p. I hope it makes sense. So that's our market supply. And then once you have our market supply, we are going to plot them on a curve. Now trust me, from Cartesian plane, don't be confused, x and y coordinates, right? Over here we say q and p because we are working under economics. Now from our knowledge in the Cartesian plane, right, we said that before you can plot something, you have to get a point or coordinates, right? So before we can plot the curves, we need coordinates. Though we are not going to be given graphs, but that also can prevent us from calculating for our coordinates and then use them to sketch a graph. I hope it makes sense. Though whatsoever we are going to do, we are going to sketch, but we still need our coordinates. I hope it makes sense. Nice one. So we are going to calculate for our coordinates, and then from the basic knowledge that we have under the concept of demand, when we were plotting the demand curve, we said that before you can plot a curve, you have to let the quantity be equal to 0, and then you solve for p, and then after that you let p also be equal to 0, and then you solve for q again. I hope it makes sense. You can do them interchangeably, and there will be no room for them to penalize you. So quantity supply is equal to 0. So p is equal to quantity supply. If here is equal to 0, then here is going to be 0, negative 10 plus p. So we bring this one here. Let me do it like this. You bring this one here, get 10 equal to, you get 10 Ghana cedis, this one here, equal to P. So price equal to 10 Ghana cedis. I hope it makes sense. Now once we have quantity to be 0, so the coordinate is Q and P equal to, Q is 0, and then P is 10. So we have gotten our first point. I hope it makes sense. Nice one. Over here we say when Q is equal to 0. So here we are going to say when P is equal to 0. When P is equal to 0, quantity supply is equal to negative 10 plus 0. Negative 10 plus 0. So quantity supply is equal to negative 10 units. Plotting this one or representing it in a coordinate form or in a point form, we are going to get this, and the QD is 10, and then the price is 0. So we say when price equal to 0, so 0. But the QD is equal to negative 10. Negative 10. Negative 10. Don't be confused. Negative 10. Negative 10, we can get negative quantity supply. I hope it makes sense. I told you when we were representing the supply shadow on the supply curve. So I told you that we can get negative and then we can get positive. Don't be confused. I hope it makes sense. Thank you for that. So that is how it is. So we are going to plot it on the supply curve. So we are going to deal with the plotting. Please, in exam, don't write plotting. I am teaching you, so I have to take my time. And then, so we have this one. First point is 0. When quantity supply is 0, quantity supply is 0. So when quantity supply is 0, price is 10. Price is 10. And the second point, when quantity supply is negative 10. So I have to extend here to this side. It's negative 10. This one is 0. Price is 0, so price is 0. So if I want to join the 2 points, I'm going to get something like this. Something like this. So that is going to be my supply curve. I hope it makes sense. So that is the supply curve. Alright. So we have plotted it. So when you are done, you have to write quantity supply market equal to, where is it? Negative 10 plus P. I hope it makes sense. That's the market function. That is the market function. That is the market function. Let me write it here. Quantity supply equal to, that's the market equal to negative 10 plus P. That is the supply function. I hope it makes sense. So once again, my name is Possible. In our next lecture, we are going to bring demand alongside with supply. I hope it makes sense. And then we are going to calculate for the coordinate of demand and the coordinate for supply, and then we use it on one diagram. And then from there, we make sure to introduce something different. I hope it makes sense. Once again, my name is Possible. Make sure to subscribe. Please subscribe. And then click on the bell so that whenever we upload a new video, you will get notification. I hope it makes sense. And the Possible series, I think I have a copy here. It's in the system. Please get a copy for yourself. Possible series. Okay? You can pick the contact that is running on the screen, and then you place a call, and then we attend to you. Thank you for that. Bye bye.